What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel and another trailer reaction. Today is kind of surprising. I wasn't expecting a trailer to drop today, but I will absolutely take it. We just got a brand new trailer for the upcoming Garfield movie, and from what we saw in the last trailer that dropped a few months ago, I loved the animation. It seemed like a kind of a retelling of the classic Garfield tale, and if you guys are familiar with the character, you know what I mean by that. And it definitely looks like a film that's going to be perfect for the summer. So we got a new trailer. We're going to check it out, obviously do a breakdown and all that stuff, but I just want to give you guys a general synopsis of the film. It says here that Garfield, the world famous Monday hating, lasagna loving indoor cat, is about to have a wild outdoor adventure after an unexpected reunion with his long lost father, scruffy street cat Vic, who is also voiced by Samuel L. Jackson. Garfield's voiced by Chris Pratt. Garfield and his canine friend Odie are forced from their perfectly pampered life into joining Vic in a hilarious high-stakes heist. So obviously, as you can imagine, a lot of shenanigans. It's an animated film, so it's going to be lighthearted. It's going to be fun. All the stuff that you would expect from a Garfield movie. So I'm really excited about this. Cannot wait. Like I said, we're going to do a full trailer breakdown at the very end, so be sure to stick around for that, as well as my final thoughts on this trailer. If you guys enjoy the content, be sure to drop a like on this video, as it greatly helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new here. All that good YouTube stuff. And without further ado, let's check out the trailer for Garfield.
Wait here, Junior. I'll be right back.
Oh,
Y'all, this movie looks adorable.
you hungry, little guy? I'm gonna name you Garfield. Let's get it.
Now keep in mind, Garfield is being played by the one and only Chris Pratt.
We're gonna need the big scale.
Does she need to announce it to the whole office?
Say when.
Never, John. Bury me in cheese.
Life here is pretty near perfect. Little did I
Look at
know,
Odie.
it was all about to collapse. Odie, I'm dreaming again. Slap me across the face.
I think this is a case of mistaken identity. You must be looking for another gorgeous, lovable kitty cat.
Big bag hunter with the she got a big band, drop it. Come on, Junior. You.
Huh?
This is Vic, my father.
Welcome back, Victor.
Listen, I need your help.
I see the resemblance.
I haven't seen you for years, and when I do, you're on the run from a deranged cat.
We need to toughen you up. Hey, I know tough, Vic. You've obviously never been in an Olive Garden that's run out of breadsticks. Follow my lead.
I actually don't mind
Probably one of my top 26 favorite cheeses.
Chris Pratt voicing
And my
Garfield.
dog are both missing.
Your call is very important. There are
1,046
people ahead of you.
Drop them now.
We have to go save my dad.
Oh, that cat's a goner.
I got Snoop Dogg as a cat.
villains on your own.
If I don't make it back.
Tell my story.
Part of me wants to help him.
No, this is how he learns.
No, please, no. Ow, it's so hot. Ow, it's really hurting. Ow, ow, ow.
You saw nothing.
All right, guys, so we just got a brand new look. I believe this is the second trailer for the upcoming Garfield movie that drops this Memorial Day weekend. And I gotta say, like, I wasn't fully convinced that we needed a Garfield kind of movie or remake or whatever you want to call this, but after seeing this second trailer, I think this is definitely one I'm gonna be having on my summer movie list for sure. Let's take it back to the beginning and talk about some of these moments. Now, obviously off the jump, you can see a image of a young Garfield, right? As a little baby, perhaps how he develops his obsession with food and all that kind of stuff. And the movie kind of pulls you at your heartstrings a little bit. And as you can imagine, right, this movie definitely leans from what we saw in the trailer to be very much heavily endorsed by comedy and humor and things like that. But it clearly seems like from this very beginning, you can see a little bit of that emotional context that's going to be involved here too. And probably what you're going to see in the film a lot, where Garfield is clearly abandoned as a young kitten and kind of left out on the streets in the rain. And obviously you see one of his first glimpses of just that delicious Italian food where he'll develop his love for pasta, spaghetti, lasagna, all that, the classic Garfield stuff that we've come to expect from the character. Finds himself in the window. It doesn't look like he's left out for long. It looks like he's abandoned as a kitty. And then he finds his way immediately into the restaurant. We find a first look at his new owner, who will, Garfield will cause a lot of trouble for. And through very much, a lot of his antics as well as his insatiable appetite. And as you can see, he completely devours the pizza. One thing I have to say is I love the animation for this. It feels akin to, honestly, I don't even know what kind of animation style this would be considered as, but it's one that we've seen in a lot of animated films as of late, at least, within the last 5 years. I feel like I've seen this type of animation and I really enjoy it. I think it's adorable. It's cute. Great style for Garfield. And I'm glad they kind of went in this direction. Love the bright colors. Love the animation of the food. Honestly, when I was looking at the trailer, within the first couple seconds and first couple frames of this trailer, I'm definitely obsessed with the food. As you can see, I love doing these freeze frames, guys, going frame by frame, because there's moments that really just, there are moments that get lost in the sauce of, no pun intended, of everything that's happening. And some frames happen so quick that you can miss things. Obviously, as you can see, Garfield's owner there. You can see as Garfield is just devouring everything in sight, and then eventually finds his love for lasagna. Completely runs through the cake. I love this shot here where you see him just running past the cake, as clearly indicating that he just kind of ran straight through it, just devouring it. You see a little band in the corner too, which looks adorable. Not a big fan of clowns, so this image definitely shocks me a little bit, but it is what it is. And then you can see, I think this is where you get to see Garfield's love for lasagna. I believe that's what's in this, the delicious lasagna. And then once again, just the most adorable look at Garfield. I love how they made the character, like, they show you kind of the character as a little kitten, and then obviously he changes a little bit. It reminds me of Ted a little bit, from the movie and obviously the TV show on Peacock, where Ted is just this kind of lovable teddy bear, but then gets older and becomes kind of like every jaded adult that you might meet today, which I think is just creates a level of relatability. And like I said, that's where I think Chris Pratt really will shine in this role, because Garfield is a very kind of, I don't want to say a jaded cat, but definitely a cat that has seen some stuff, has gone through some stuff, experienced life, and kind of obviously that changes him a little bit. But at the end of the day, Garfield is still one of the most lovable animated kittens to ever exist. So moving on from there, it changes from obviously a lovable cat to a kind of, I don't even know, almost just a menace to society in the way that he wakes up his owner. But if you have cats, you definitely understand that this is very much how cats are. And I think they do a great job of highlighting just general feline behavior. Just lounging around, kind of lazy, just doing whatever. You can also see a book in this image too. Romeo and Juliet. Or is it Muliet? It could be some sort of cat pun. I have no idea. And then obviously one thing you might miss here in the very corner on the top right side, you see a picture of Garfield looking, just as we all do on every Monday, with the iconic I Hate Mondays mug, which I think perfectly not only encapsulates the character, but I think it's one of the things I love about Garfield is he's just so damn relatable. And so obviously, we get a glimpse of that too. And so moving on from there, he's lazy, watching TV. What is he watching? He's literally on TikTok looking at pictures of food, videos of food. I believe this is pretty weird looking mac and cheese. It's just a cat. And then I love the tag, that little puff. This is perfect. And obviously in this image, we get an image of Garfield, as you can imagine, once again, eating more food, a bucket of popcorn on his right, and on the left, nacho pop chips. Now, as someone that has eaten pop chips quite a bit over the years, I don't think I've ever seen nacho flavor, so I would love to know how the hell I can get my hands on that. But I don't know if that's an endorsement for pop chips, but yeah. Then you see him going to the vet. He's got Nurse Liz here. Obviously, Garfield breaks his scale because he's an overweight cat. Yeah, I don't really see anything else in this image that, you know, is worth checking out. But she's like, yeah, we're gonna need the bigger scale. I love when Chris Pratt's like, did she need to announce it to the entire world? It's perfect. He loves food. He's sarcastic. He's lazy. He's Garfield. Obviously, everybody's got their own. I love this image because everybody gets their own lasagna tray, which I think is perfect. And I love, as someone that loves lasagna, I think this is great. Like, I've had lasagna. Usually when I make it, like that's usually what I'm eating the whole week. That's what I love about it. Like, you cook it once and you could have dinner for 5 days at least. And then him just getting showered with cheese, a cute look at Odie, obviously them two together, you know, and if you know the character of Garfield and Odie, you know that their relationship is kind of like, I don't know, Odie's this very lovable dog, very, you know, as you can imagine, you know, very helpful, just wanting to help. And then Garfield's one that doesn't really want to be bothered with Odie. Odie's kind of annoying. He's a nuisance. And you can kind of see that relationship forming too. Garfield's kind of the troublemaker. Odie's the kind of good one that does the right thing, at least from what I can remember about the character, but is obviously pulled into a lot of Garfield's antics a lot. So excited to see how that kind of plays out in this film as well. Love how he gets a little slap here. They get bagged up. This is the moment where we see Garfield, which I think is, you know, really probably going to happen relatively early in the movie. You're going to see Garfield be reunited with his long lost father, his father, Vic, who, you know, we haven't seen, or who Garfield hasn't seen in a long time. They get released from captivity and obviously get the family reunion that Garfield has so long been, I don't know if I should say waiting for or dreading, but I would say more dreading. He's like, I want to see you again. You get our first look at Vic, the father who abandoned Garfield when he was a child. Obviously, as you can imagine, this is probably going to be the brunt of the film as they're kind of coerced into pulling off this heist. It's going to be a good moment for Garfield to bond with his abandoned father. And that's probably what I would imagine to be where you get a lot of the drama that's going to come into the movie. But again, this isn't necessarily a drama, but as you can imagine, there has to be some sort of conflict, some sort of plot within the movie. And so, as you can imagine, that's probably what we're going to see here. Vic obviously is in some trouble, recruits Garfield and Odie in an attempt to help him out of this situation. And as you can imagine, Garfield is likely going to have a lot of words for his abandoned father in this sense. So definitely where a lot of the drama is going to come in. As you can see them on the classic train sequence, they are clearly tied together. This is probably the part of the film where they're pulling off the heist. And so you're going to see that. This is the cat, who I believe is, I could be wrong in saying this. I believe the cat's name is Scruff. And so you're seeing Scruff kind of, lay out the rules of the situation and just how much danger they're in. You can see the danger exist solely from Scruff. And it's going to be an interesting movie. Indoor cat, which I love. I just think it's great. Like, you're probably going to see a lot of similarities too between the character of Garfield and Scruff, which I think is going to be really funny. And then obviously all the antics that they're going to get into. Again, some of the things that really stand out to me in this trailer has to do with the animation. I think the animation truly is stunning, and it's one that really just pulls me in. Like, I think they did a great job with it. Moving on from there, obviously we have these three. Much of the movie is going to center around these three. I'm curious to see how the story and the plot are going to develop. But again, a lot of humor there. We're going to speed it up a little bit. You can see just a big block of cheese, which I think is hilarious. This is what I imagine Garfield's heaven to look like just a bunch of cheese and a bunch of lasagna. The film is going to be dropping on May 24th, so Memorial Day weekend. Again, you get a look at the cereal Binky O's. You get, let's see, what else do we get here? Obviously some of the, four main characters, the villains, the good guys, and an absolutely stacked cast. I mean, you got Ving Rhames in here, Nicholas Hoult, who obviously, is going to be Lex Luthor in James Gunn's DCU and his Superman film, Samuel L. Jackson, Chris Pratt. I mean, you even got Snoop Dogg in here. The cast is absolutely stacked for this film. I can't wait to see more Snoop Dogg, and I love that he's just being characterized as a cat, just Snoop Dogg as a cat, which I just think is perfect. So definitely looking forward to this. I love this moment here too, where Garfield is obviously jumping back on the train. You see, potentially in an effort to save his father, and you see him jumping on boxes of pizza boxes as well as meatballs being transported. Perhaps this is the heist. These are the items that they're trying to steal, are just Italian dishes, which I think is hilarious. I love that this look of Garfield in the in kind of a Flash related suit. You even got the Flash colors, which I think is perfect. A little nod to the DC character, which I think is hilarious. As a big Flash fan, I mean, I'll take it. Obviously, as you can imagine, the plan does not go as anticipated, and you get a very great humorous moment here as well. And then Odie, who should be helping Garfield, just sitting back, chilling, just loving his life. It's a classic Garfield movie, guys. I don't know what else we want here. Obviously, his owner gearing up to give Garfield a bath, him hating every second of it. So what I think is so great about this film is obviously you're getting the film in the trailer does a great job of highlighting Garfield as a character, but also just highlighting feline culture and feline kind of behavior, not hating baths, being kind of lazy. And I think this film is not only going to be great for kids, but it's also going to be great for lovers of Garfield, like myself, who've watched Garfield way back when the cartoons were coming on. And then obviously, people who just love cats, which I think will be great, or who just love animated films. I think this film's it's gonna be great for a lot of people. And so that's it, guys. That is my breakdown of the Garfield movie. A lot to look forward to, whether it be the music, the animation style. Chris Pratt, if you're a fan of Chris Pratt, you'd think he did great at Super Mario movie, which I will admit, when I saw him in the Super Mario movie, I was not excited about it. And none of the trailers convinced me. And even after seeing the movie, I definitely changed my tune a little bit. I think he did a good job as Mario, but I still stand on the fact that I think that role should have gone to someone else. But it is what it is. I think the original voice actor would have been great for it. And I think, maybe someone else who could pull off a better Italian accent. But again, that's not to say I didn't like him in the role. I think he did fine. I almost feel like he fits better as Garfield than he did as Mario. So I'm curious to see how, kind of plays out hearing his voice, if he's able to, pull the character of Garfield in a little bit more. Whereas like when I watched the Mario movie, I really could only see Chris Pratt. So I'm curious if this is going to immerse me a little bit more in the character, but we'll see, we'll see. Overall, guys, great trailer. I really enjoyed it. It has me excited to see the movie. Obviously, with the summer rolling around, you're going to start to see a lot more trailers for a lot more summer blockbusters that are going to be coming out. And I think this is going to be a great start for summer movies. So I'm excited about it. Let me know in the comment section, guys. Is this a movie that you're going to be checking out? Did the second trailer convince you at all? Or is there something that stood out to you in the trailer that perhaps I missed? Let me know in the comments. As always, if you enjoyed trailer reactions, trailer breakdowns, all that kind of stuff, I try to break down just about every trailer that drops. It's a big love of mine. I love trailers. I love getting excited about movies, TV shows, games, things like that. So be on the lookout for more trailer reactions. Sub if you haven't already, and drop a like on this video if you did enjoy. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. My name is That Guy Riot, and I will see you in the next video.